Today we'll create this hyper-realistic procedural fire in After Effects. Create a new composition. Create a text layer and center it. Create a black solid and call it background. Now, create another solid and call it flame. Add a fractal noise effect to the flame solid. Invert and animate the evolution parameter from 0 to 180 frame. Set the keyframe with default, 0 value on 0 frame. Set the keyframe with a 3x value on a 180th frame. Now animate sub-offset the same way, from 0 to 180th frame. All further animations will also be from 0 to 180th frames. Set the default value on the 0 frame and minus 570 of the 180th frame. Set subscaling to 60. Choose dynamic in fractal type. Pre-compose solid flame with move all attributes check. Call the new composition flame comp. We can disable it for now and move to the text layer. Add a displacement map effect to our burn layer. Link the displacement map layer to flame comp. Set max horizontal and max vertical displace as we do here. Next, add a compound blur effect and link it to the flame comp. Set the maximum blur to 4. Create a new adjustment layer and add a Gaussian blur effect to it. Set the blurriness to 50. Set the blending mode to exclusion and rename the adjustment layer into inversion. Add a CC vector blur effect to it and set all parameters like in the example. Now, copy the displacement map from the text layer and paste it to the inversion layer. Set max horizontal to 15 and max vertical to 75. The result already reminds Flame, but we need to remove these transparent areas on the edges. To do this, add a solid composite effect and change its color to black. Add a fractal noise and animate the offset turbulence parameter. Set the 0 frame to default 540 and the 180th frame to 100. Set the blending mode to color burn. Set the contrast to 75 and the brightness to 40. For convenience, reduce the composition's duration to 180 frames, since it will be the duration of all further animations. Add a turbulent displace effect to the inversion layer. Set the displacement map to twist smoother and amount to 20. Animate the offset, set the keyframe with default value on the 0 frame and a keyframe with -260 on the 180th frame. Set complexity to 7. Add another turbulent displace. Set the amount to 20 and animate evolution. Like previously, set the first keyframe on 0th frame with the default value and set the second keyframe on 180th frame with 2x value. Now add an offset effect and move the shift center to parameter to 560. Enable the flame comp and add a displacement map effect to it. Link the displacement map layer to the text layer, set both max horizontal and max vertical to 100. For convenience, rename our burn text layer into text and create a new solid layer. Call it text displace. Add a calculations effect to it. In the second layer, choose text and effects and masks. Set the opacity to 100%. Set the blending mode to copy. Next, add a Gaussian blur and set the blurriness to 20. Add a fractal noise effect. Now, we'll animate the offset turbulence parameter. As before, set the first keyframe with the default value on 0 frame and the second keyframe on 180th frame with the 0 value. Add levels effect, and in the output white parameter set the value to 127. Now we can disable the text displace layer. Get back to the flame comp and relink the displacement map layer to text displace. Choose effects and masks from the source list. Choose the overlay blending mode for the flame comp. Create a new solid and call it overlay. Add a gradient ramp effect to it and click on the swap colors. Set the overlay blending mode and move the start and end points on the text edges. It will help us to set the contrast gradient. Switch back to the normal blending mode and add a fractal noise effect. Set the values as it's shown in the example. Now, animate the offset turbulence parameter. Set the first keyframe to the 0th frame with the default value, and the second keyframe to the 180th frame with the -1250 value. Set the blending mode to multiply and add another fractal noise effect. Change the scale to 9 and animate the offset turbulence parameter. Set the first keyframe on the 0 frame with the default value and the second keyframe to the 180th frame with a -540 value. Now, animate the evolution parameter and set the first keyframe to 0 frame with the default value and the second keyframe on the 180th frame with 5x value. Set the blending mode to add, contrast to 50, and brightness to -48. Add a turbulent displace effect and set the size to 30. Now, animate the offset turbulence parameter. Set the first keyframe on the 0 frame once again with the default value. Set the second keyframe to the 180th frame with a -50 value. change the blending mode back to overlay. Now it looks like fire, it's only left to colorize it.
If you're into animation, check our 4000 templates for video editing.
Here you can find dozens of video templates for your project, from title animation to YouTube outros and much more. Pick a template for the software you use and preview all categories included inside. Video editing has never been easier.
So make sure you have visited our easyedit.pro website.
To do this, create a new adjustment layer and call it Colorized. Add a levels effect to it and set the gamma parameter to 0.8. Add a colorama effect to it. Use the fire preset. Set the blend with original parameter to 30%. Add a glow effect and change the effect parameters as we do on the video. Select the A and B colors as we do here. Add an unsharp mask effect and change the amount parameter to 100. And finally, add a little noise with the noise effect. And we've created this hyper-realistic procedural fire effect in After Effects.
If you like the result, make sure to hit the like button and follow our channel for more tutorials. See you in next video!